everybody, Justin Watch Movies here with a review for The Incredibles. I thought it'd be a perfect time to do a collab video with a very great YouTuber, Rachel's Reviews. Rachel loves animated movies, so it was a clear choice to have her come on my channel and talk about The Incredibles, which was directed by Brad Bird and is a Pixar film. So before I give my thoughts about The Incredibles, Rachel is going to share her thoughts, and then I'm going to jump in afterwards and give you my thoughts on The Incredibles. Her channel link is down below. There you can find all her reviews. She's a great YouTuber. Go over there and show her some love. So Rachel, what do you think of this Pixar movie, The Incredibles?
So I'm Rachel from Rachel's Reviews, and I'm so thrilled to get the chance to be on Justin's channel and to get to talk about The Incredibles, which is not only one of my favorite animated films, but also one of my favorite superhero movies. It's actually my favorite superhero movie. So I thought so I'm really excited to get this opportunity. So let's talk about why this movie is so special. First of all, I just kind of want to start out by talking about just the technical achievements that it has. The animation is so gorgeous, so fast, so quick, so immersive, and I like the character designs are so fun. I have everything from Edna and just her character design with the glasses and being so small, to all the different supers, to of course the Incredibles family. I love the design of Violet. I love Syndrome's design as a character. I love pretty much everything about Syndrome as a character. I think he's really great. And I love all of the background work. Love the wall of fire in Syndrome's lair. I think that's so effective and so creepy, and it just works. And anytime they use water is also very effective and looks pretty good especially for 2004. And yeah, so there you go. Like technically, I think it is excellent. But what I think is the most impressive thing about The Incredibles is what they do with the story, because in my opinion, it's actually a really interesting movie about work and how when you are trying to be something that you're not, when you're in a toxic environment as far as what you're doing every day for your life, just how toxic that truly is. And here you have all of these characters that are trying to be something that they're not. They're putting on a face. You have Bob going to this office every day trying to be this person that he's not, and how just drains everything from him. And you just see him just like becoming this just shell of what he really is as a person. And they're doing it to protect their family. And Elastigirl doesn't have the same experience because she is part of being a mother, is part of who she is and her expression, whereas like working in insurance is no part of Bob's natural expression. And so it's just more difficult for him. And it just starts to eat at him and eat at him. And it's just interesting to me that as soon as he starts working for Syndrome, not only has this new job, but he like physically even changes. His whole countenance is different from what we had seen the rest of the earlier parts of the film. It's even, I think, different than what we see at the very beginning in the montage, which is beautifully animated. When he was just a super, I think him becoming a super again is extra, just sort of, there's something special about it in his very countenance, which is really cool. And I think that's just such a true thing, that when you are in that sort of toxic places in your life, like how it just drains everything from you. I think another really strong part of the movie is that it really shows a family in a way that most animated films don't show. Most animated films are about orphans or about, you might have a single parent or kind of a situation. Whereas this, you really see, you have a mother, you have a father, you have two children. They actually fight and aren't getting rid of their marriage. Like, that's really healthy, actually, I think, for kids to see that, like, that's normal behavior, and that's actually healthy. And I really like how, like, the biggest worry on the part of Dash and Violet is not the sort of state of the world, but is the state of their parents' marriage. And I think that's not only a funny line when Violet says that, Violent Dash, but it's actually really lovely and heartwarming and great, and I think it actually shows the strength of this family, not the weakness. And some people are like, oh well, they shouldn't show all this fighting and stuff in a kids movie. I actually think that's great. All these things just work so much. I think it has huge heart. You know, when Mr. Incredible realized that his family might be hurt in that scene when he's just like pleading for them, that is devastating and really effective. And so yeah, that's my thoughts on The Incredibles. I think it is a great movie. I think it is a great superhero movie. I think it is a great animated film, one of Pixar's best. And so there you go. That's my thoughts on The Incredibles. And I'll be curious to know what Justin thinks. So thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Thanks, Rachel, for joining me on my channel. Can't wait to have you back here again. The Incredibles was a film I saw in theaters, and then I totally forgot about it for many years. It's not like I didn't enjoy the movie when I saw it in theaters. I just put it on the back burner. I never really thought about this movie. I think the reason was because I really enjoyed Toy Story and Monsters, Inc. and Finding Nemo. Those were Pixar movies I watched constantly, so I never really gave The Incredibles the attention it deserved. And it wasn't until about a year ago I was scrolling through the channels on TV and The Incredibles happened to be on ABC Family. So I watched it with all the glorious ads, and I regret not watching this movie many more times growing up because it is a fantastic movie that balances action and comedy and family dynamics so well. The action in The Incredibles really does shine. It is handled beautifully. There's a lot of moments that add intensity to the view, and when you get Dash and Violet working together and they're really trying to understand their powers too, that adds for some fun moments. But what I really love about the action scenes is when they're all together. They're all working as a family, because that message of family and being there for your family and working together really does play a key detail in this movie. But when they're all together, those are the best action scenes because each one has the different ability. It may be running really fast or stretching. When they're all working together, they can all play off of each other's powers to fight the villain. And I really love when they're all together. I really like Dash and Violet, what they were doing in the forest parts of the movie. When they're all together back in the city, that's my favorite part. Easily one of my favorite characters is Dash, because he's so young and he really doesn't understand his powers that well. I feel like he would be me when I would get a power. You would want to just do something stupid with your powers, like run really fast and put a thumbtack on your teacher's chair. So him trying to understand his powers are hilarious because he's so young, he's so naive, and he wants to use his powers for good, but he also wants to have a little fun with it. So it kind of throws the family dynamics off a little bit. But he, when it does come time for him to use his powers for good, he's always there. So each character has a different characteristic and a different ability, and each one of them shines really well. We have the dad, who's really strong. You guys seen The Incredibles. I really don't have to talk about each person, but each one is different, and each one works so well in the family. This movie does a great job just balancing action and comedy so well. There's so many funny moments of them just being a family, and it works. There's so many moments of action scenes where they're acting as superheroes, and it works as well. This is a nicely told story of an average family that has superpowers. And this movie, dare I say, is incredible. I didn't want to use that pun, but I just couldn't resist myself. But I'm sad that I didn't get to watch this movie a lot more growing up. I have the DVD for it, and I bought the Blu-ray many years ago, but I never just watched it. I'm going to go ahead and give The Incredibles an A. Thank you, Rachel, for joining my channel to talk about The Incredibles. I can't wait to check out The Incredibles 2. Stay tuned this weekend for the reviews for The Incredibles 2 and all Pixar movies ranked from worst to best. Make sure to go over to Rachel's channel. She does movie reviews as well, just like me. She's an awesome YouTuber that loves animation and Hallmark movies as well. If you guys are into those things, make sure to go over to her channel. Thank you guys for stopping by. This is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.